What's up and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about how the fans want another Borderlands 2. The reason this is such a big topic is because with Borderlands 4 currently being in development, it's a statement that I've heard around the community for years at this point, and it just makes sense to go ahead and knock this out today, as we just saw Take-Two Interactive buy out Gearbox just last month. But today, we're going to talk about the almighty Borderlands 2. And how the fans say this so much around the community that I know that Gearbox has to have seen it by now. With that being said, what do we mean when we say this? Now you could take that as a BL2 remaster, but that's not really what I'm going to be discussing here today, but more so how we'd like to see a future title in the series go back to what Borderlands 2 did so great. So why not go ahead and talk about it? Borderlands the pre-sequel was a decent game, a year after anybody gave a damn.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And yes, I can still go back and enjoy the pre-sequel, but where it really slows down is after you complete your UVHM playthrough. That grind to level 70 is so boring, and honestly, I dread it every time I get there, because I know that after I hit the max level, that the game is pretty much done. With only 2 raid bosses and 1 real DLC, the pre-sequel just falls far from the expectations in terms of what we all wanted from it. Still to this day, it's left in an unfinished state and severely lacking in content compared to the second game. Tales from the Borderlands came out and like 35 people across the globe cared about it, and that is by no means a shot at the game. It's actually got a pretty good story based in the series. It's just this was only for the hardcore of the hardcore fans. Borderlands 3. Man, we waited 5 years for this shit?
Really, bitch? Thank you so much for wasting my motherfucking time.
I seriously don't know if I'll ever forgive what this game has done to the franchise. With by a landslide the worst story of the actual Borderlands games, new tales not included, the biggest piss stain of an excuse for a loot system, less raid bosses than BL2, lamer guns, weaker playable characters, the action skills were dog shit, and a lot of the same enemies we've already seen in the past. And if you were curious, it's already been leaked that Borderlands 4 is being made on the same engine as that game, which means a little copy and paste here, copy and paste there, throw in a new sparkle or two. I know, but that's likely what we're going to see with BL4, unfortunately. Same as the next release we have to talk about, it's everybody's favorite Borderlands game, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Said literally no one ever. But according to Gearbox, 100 Chaos Chambers, 1 playthrough with no New Game Plus, some of the worst DLC content of all of the franchise, was all so good that it's been leaked that Wonderlands 2 is currently in development.
What? No, dude!
Yeah, not Borderlands 2 remastered, but Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. I wish I was lying. There's one thing that remains true about every game that we've talked about thus far. Not a single one of them have come close to what the second did for the gaming industry, by literally carving out the looter shooter genre and making it mainstream, creating a standard that we've only seen the series stoop far under ever since. You have 5 main DLCs, 5 mini DLCs, 10 goddamn raid bosses, challenging shit to do at the end game, rare loot to farm, the list goes on and on. It's not only frustrating, but it's disheartening for the huge fans of this franchise like myself. I don't know if I'm alone when I say this, but the more recent Borderlands games have just felt so watered down in comparison. And if anybody at Gearbox happens to see this, I just want to say this: please, just play Borderlands 2 if you haven't. Experience it for yourself so that you can realize what one of these games is supposed to look like. Borderlands has always been one of the best purchases you could make on a video game. because of the amount of content you get for your money. I haven't even gone as far as to recommend anyone buy a Borderlands game that came out after the second, because every single game that followed has significantly less content. Especially when BL2 goes on sale constantly, it's still one of the best games you'll ever buy, even today in 2024, 11 years after the release of it. Borderlands 3 will become 5 years old later this year, and instead of celebrating it, I'm thinking of doing a video called Borderlands 3, 5 years of garbage, because it was the hard beginning of a downward spiral that we've yet to see turn around. Do I want it to? Absolutely. But will we ever get a crazy and fun loot system like we did with Borderlands 2? Probably not. Whether it be targeted drops on launch, a raid boss or two, a decent story, pearls, there's so many things that they could do to get 1,000 pats on the back from guys like us that just want a game like the one we all hold this connection to. While this may sound corny, I've met a lot of cool people because of this video game, and I wouldn't change it for a damn thing that I've done over the last 11 years that it's been out, because then I wouldn't have met so many cool people. I wouldn't have experienced so many of the laughs that I've had over the last year since I've come back to YouTube. With the newer releases, I have zero desire to play one of those and just attempt to enjoy myself, because I know it would end in utter disappointment and an entire day permanently scarred.
Scarred too deep, I can tell, yeah, I can tell.
And figuring we're still feeling the effects of Borderlands 3 till this very day, I think I'm gonna have to pass on that. I'll just keep playing what I love, whether you like it or not, or if my cat likes it or not. Borderlands 2 is likely going to be a part of my life in some way, shape, or form until the day that I kick the bucket. I just genuinely hope that Gearbox can get back on track with the upcoming Borderlands 4. And if you guys did miss it, I tossed up a video talking about how Gearbox confirmed that Wonderlands was a cash grab. So if you want to hear me talk about Randy Pitchford being an idiot and exposing that, I will leave that at the top of the link in the description below. But do you guys want another Borderlands 2? Because I know I do, and while I don't think that we're going to get any remaster, I really just want to see the series get back on track, because Lord knows it's been derailed for far too long now. Or if you guys are at all curious about seeing me on some of my friends' live streams over on Twitch, please give me a follow on Twitter. The link to that will also be in the description below. I'll be tweeting out whenever I'm live for anybody wondering where the YouTube streams are. I'm hoping to bring them back here soon, as the internet situation at my place still isn't the best, but I really miss interacting with you guys. But yeah, that's really it for me today, guys. I really do hope you all did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to smash a like on it and subscribe if you guys are new. I love responding and talking to you guys in the comments about this type of stuff, so I'll see you guys there. But until then, I'm going to get moving in Pandora. I think there's like a Lyuda or something calling my name. But most importantly, I love you all to death. I want you to take it easy out there, stay safe, and with that, I will see you all in the next one.